Hello there. Welcome to Word Module 3. Today we will be learning how to create a letterhead and also how to write a business letter. We'll also learn about tables. So you can follow along in your book on page WD3, starting there. Let's get started. So today we are going to start by creating our letterhead. To begin with, we are going to insert a shape. So insert tab. In the illustration area, there is the option for shapes. If you hover over them, you get the names of the different shapes. In this case, we want a rectangle. To draw a shape, if you notice, your cursor changes to a big plus. And now if I hold my mouse button down and drag out, it will drag out whatever shape I've chosen, which is a rectangle. Notice that I get a special tab for that shape while it's selected. And this is the tab where I can go in and set my size. So I want the width of it, or the height of it, to be 0.5 and the width of it to be 5. While I have it selected, I can also choose the position of where it's located in my document. So I'm going to click on position and choose position in top center with square text wrapping. I will choose that so that the object does not cover the document and is centered in the middle of the page. Now to change an object's text wrapping, how the text wraps around the object, I can do that also on this drawing tab in the arrange area. If I choose wrap text, I have lots of options. And in this case, we want top and bottom. That will keep our words below or above the shape. In this case, this is at the top of our document, so everything will be below it. I can also apply a shape style. So that's in the shape style area. There's lots of options. In this scenario, I am picking moderate effect orange accent 2. I have some other things I can change about the style as well, including the outline. I can make the outline of the shape a little bit different. So this time I am going to make it gold accent 4. There are also shape effects in that same shape style area. Shape effects apply different effects to the shape. So in this case, I'm going to want glow 5-point gold accent color 4. That gives it kind of a glowy look. Now, when you have a shape selected and you start typing, you can actually add your text inside of the shape. So, Sunset State College, I can highlight that once I've done it and go to my Home tab and increase the size of that to 24 points. I can also bold that. Okay, now let's take a look at inserting an online picture. And some of us did this with our flyers last week. To do that, we go to the Insert tab, the Online Pictures button. In our document, we want to add an eagle. So I'll type eagle into the search bar and hit enter and choose one of the pictures. Now, the picture that we actually are supposed to use for this project is not showing in this area. So I'm going to swap out and quickly grab it from Sam, and then we'll come back into this document. Okay, so now that we have our eagle picture, let's do some formatting with it. We've talked about resizing an object by clicking and dragging the sizing handles. We've also talked about resizing it with the picture tools in the Format tab in the size area. But let's talk about resizing using the dialog box. If I click this box in the size area, and then I can resize my picture by a certain percentage. So we want to resize this by 10%. Notice I have checked the lock aspect ratio in this area so that the picture doesn't become distorted. If I change it for 10% for the height, it will also change it to 10% for the width automatically. And then I click OK. There's some other things on this tab I can do on this Picture Tools Format tab, including changing the color of my picture. So in the Adjust If I click on the color button, I can change the color of the picture to gold accent color for dark. To adjust the brightness of a picture, that comes on that same tab in the adjust area. The corrections button allows me to change brightness and contrast. So I want brightness plus 20%, contrast minus 20%. I can also add a picture border in my picture styles area. So for this picture, I want the gold accent for color for my border. And then to change an object's text wrapping, I can wrap the text for this object so that it puts the object in front of text. That allows me to move it around freely so that I can line it up with my Sunset State College bar. So to move that, when you hover over a picture, you get a 4-headed arrow. If you click and drag your mouse, that can move the picture. So real quickly, let's review the different kinds of arrows you see over a picture. A 4-headed arrow lets you move. A 2-headed arrow lets you resize. So 4-headed arrow, click and drag, and align the picture with the rectangular shape. Next, I want to copy this eagle and create another eagle on the other side of this rectangular box. So to do that, on my Home tab, in my clipboard area, I can choose Copy. If you know another way, you can use that too. And then I'll come down here to the end and right-click and paste. Now I can do that so that I can keep the source formatting of my picture. I can also choose the paste button here and do the same thing. So these are my paste options right here, and in this case I want to keep the source formatting. And then with my 4-headed arrow, click, drag, and move this picture so that it is beside the rectangle. I do want to flip my eagle so it's flying the other way. So to do that, on my Picture Tools Format tab, in the Arrange area, there is a Rotate Objects button. Let's get that and flip horizontal to make my eagle flying opposite from the other eagle. All right, now it's time to add my contact information. Now it's time to insert a symbol between the address and the phone number, so it separates the two of them. So to insert a symbol, that's on the Insert tab, Symbols button. And if I click the symbol button, I can see some commonly used symbols, one of which is a bullet. If I can't find that, then I need to click on my More Symbols button and scroll through until I can find the symbol that I need. But for me, that symbol is right there. I can insert it, put a space, and finish typing my phone number. I can insert another symbol and then the website address. Now, once I've typed my contact information, now I want to put a bottom border underneath of this paragraph right here. This line with my contact information is considered a paragraph. So to put a border under that, that's in the Home tab, Paragraph area. If I click on the border button, there's a bottom border option that I can click on. Now, when I hit my enter button, however, it is going to take that bottom border with the cursor. So to stop that from happening and put the border back up with the top paragraph, I have to hit my Clear All Formatting button on the Home tab in the font area so that it clears all the formatting away from that cursor and starts fresh with no bottom border on this paragraph. This is a great place to pause and take a little break. We'll come back and do part 2.